Let's see if we can find Gizmo. I've got one in here called Gizmo if you've watched previous videos. Look at him, he's going to be pretty. He's got the black dorsal fin. Look at him. It's going to be interesting what colour. There's no colour at all. They're just markings. If you go online, they say they get colour within 4 weeks. Some people say on the internet that they get colour within 4 weeks, but I think it's 3 months. So we're coming up to 2 months. These guys were around the 6th of June, one lot was, and then a week after for the other lot. Now we've learnt a lot that, you know, obviously putting two sets of angelfish together isn't a good idea. We sort of knew that, but we didn't have the tanks for it. Later on, if these are very attractive angelfish, we will set up a proper tank to start breeding them. If they get the red from the dad, the red devil ones are very in demand, so depending on how much red they get and all that sort of stuff and what they look like. But so far all their fins are perfect, there's no defects in them, so it's just a matter of seeing what the colours are like. So that's going to be an interesting thing. So I don't think we'll have any troubles getting rid of them. Sorry about the filming, but there's a few of them in here. We didn't get as many as we liked, but we're learning anyway. That's Amanda over there doing a water change, working as usual. What did the angelfish?
Yeah.
They're about to lay eggs again, so we can't keep up, guys. I apologise for the filming, but it's sort of just a quick peek, a quick update. These guys here, look at him. There's no colour there at all. So out of our experience, I'd say the markings come at 4 weeks, and they get more darker about 2 months. You really see that's Gizmo there. We named him Gizmo. He's the biggest one out of all of them, and he had a black stripe at the back there, so he's pretty easy to tell apart. And the other one's got spots everywhere, but yeah, there's quite a few. But look guys, we won't be able to tell their colours for another month. So some people say 4 weeks, but in our experience 4 weeks comes the markings, and then I don't know, 6 weeks they could become more darker in colour, the markings, and that's the black that's come through.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and there's a lot of work that Amanda's put in to care for these little guys. But if they're really attractive angelfish, we'll keep breeding them. If they get the red devil look on them, which is the red on the angelfish, it's in demand with people that like angelfish. We're a big fan of angelfish ourselves. See the little ones? So there's 2 patches, 2 weeks in between, but we didn't have 2 tanks to put them in. So anyway, we've got a few, but not as many as we thought, so we'll just see how they go. But I would say the 3 month mark is probably where you'll see the colour. We looked it up and someone said the 3 month mark you'll start seeing colour. So the whole 4 week thing, don't believe it guys, it's just the markings. So yeah, a lot of them say colour in 4 weeks, but I mean it depends what you say is colouring. I'd call it markings. So the blacks come through, look. But so far healthy angelfish, but yeah, again there's a lot of work involved, so it's a learning process. But I have heard people, if you overfeed them, underfeed them, miss a feed, the water spikes and ammonia. So you just got to make sure it's spotless. So there's every night it gets cleaned, and even sometimes in the morning. So yeah, because of their feeding time and all that sort of stuff. These guys are getting a bit bigger, so probably eating all the food now, as Amanda said, as where before they weren't. But yeah, they are very beautiful. All their fins are normal. I believe that's something that can go wrong. Their fins can look funny, and what I can see, their all fins look healthy. So that's a good sign. So when I say we don't want unattractive angelfish, if they've got defects, apparently they're a lot harder to sell and get rid of. And unfortunately we don't want to start breeding them if they're not an attractive fish, because then an attractive angelfish, because it'll be just too hard to get rid of them. So we've had a couple of pet shops that said they'd take them in, but I'm sure they're not gonna, they don't want us to keep breeding something that isn't, you know, on purpose. So I wouldn't say this is on purpose, but if they turn out to be nice angelfish, there's no reason why we can't keep going and sharing with the hobby. What's your thoughts on that, Amanda?
What's that?
Breeding the angelfish.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed, we watched a video last night on YouTube, and this guy specialises in angelfish. And he's got the red devil ones, and they're completely red with a bit of black, and it's the nicest red I've ever seen on angelfish. So there is a skill to it, and there is people out there that set up breeding tanks just for angelfish. So if you've never had an angelfish, don't go out and be in a hurry to get them. There's heaps of different varieties, and there's people that specialise them and breed them in a certain way to get certain colours. So there's a little bit more to angelfish than what you think. I know when I was a kid, the first fish I had was an angelfish, so they're pretty common. But when you think of what goes in them to raise them, I'm surprised they're so cheap. But anyway, some aren't. So, for example, we were at the pet store the other day, and they had angelfish all the way up to $120. They specialise in a certain type. So there you go. Look at that guy. And like I said, they don't recommend having 2 lots of babies together, but we had no choice, guys. We've only got one little tank at the moment for this specific reason, for this use, and we just wanted to experiment with it all, so and see whether we could do it and whether it was worthwhile, that we didn't lose them like we did those previous videos with the Corydoris, and yeah, it was a complete failure. And you guys have watched that, and you can learn from our mistakes. Hopefully someone out there might, have eggs and quickly look at that and go, stocking, great, I can go out and do that, and then I can eventually get to the pet shop and buy a proper basket. But the other thing is, breeding box, but the other thing is you possibly could get away with the stocking. It's just as we didn't get in there early enough, and we're at the pet shop the other day. We go nearly every weekend. We love going out to our local pet shops. When I say pet shop, aquarium shops, because they've always got something new usually, and not always, but most of the time, different plants and things like that. And Amanda's tank used to have a heap of red plants, and we lost all them due to the faulty light. One little disaster and you can lose everything. We had to wait about a week and a half when we lost all the plants. It was probably a very expensive exercise, but the aquarium shop was good enough to replace the power pack to the light, but it just took some time. We didn't think it would take that long. We didn't think it'd have that much of an effect on their tank. But if you've ever got a faulty light, replace it straight away, because these plants don't last the distance without lighting. So yeah, there's another hint for you. Okay, like and subscribe, guys. I hope you liked the previous videos. If you haven't seen the one on CO2, go back and watch it. There's not too much of a following. I guess CO2 is not for everyone, but yeah, if you want a good planted aquarium, it's not necessary, but if you want those beautiful reds, go and have a look at the video. It might give you a few little ideas and hints whether you want to step into that side of the hobby. Like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.